guys, Stitching May here, Megan, to do my weekly update video. Yes, I'm here on Friday and not Thursday. I have a good reason though. It's not an excuse. I purposely prolonged the video for a very important reason. And you'll see that in a little while. Anyway, it is Friday. I'm here to do my video update. As you can see, I'm in my normal Friday shirt. If you guys see me on Virtual Stitches live, if we're doing a live, or if I do my video on a Friday, I will be in this shirt until the end of college football season. Because the one Friday I didn't wear it, we lost the Saturday game. And it was all my fault. Not really. It's become kind of a little bit of a superstition. What's that? I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. But so I wear it every Friday, which usually means, because it's my big comfy shirt, I end up sleeping in it, which means I'm wearing it Saturday morning. And if I can catch the game before work, I try to. Usually I can't. But anyway, so I'm here on Friday. Wow, that was a really big rabbit hole. I just thought I'd share that. Yes, I know I'm always in this shirt on Fridays. I have one new start. And then let's just go through the stuff. Nothing really exciting happened last week at all. We had a great week, a normal week. I stitched a lot. I worked extra on Monday because I won't work next weekend, which brings me to the fact that I won't be doing a video next Thursday or Friday. I've got a girl trip planned with some friends. So I will be doing that. I don't want to call anybody out. Don't know if they're comfortable with people knowing where they'll be. So I'm not calling anybody out on camera. But I've got a girl stitchy trip planned. How about that? And so I won't be able to do a video. I'll be driving the day that I normally do the video. Because I'm the elected driver. That's kind of scary. So anyway, what was I saying? So I worked on Monday. Guys. I'm very distractible today. I apologize. I worked on Monday to make up for the weekend. And Monday was horrible. Sunday night I worked in a unit that's a little bit slower. I was able to stitch a pretty good bit on breaks. And then the patients were actually resting. And then Sunday night I was going to be in that same unit. I was excited. And then about midnight the house supervisor called me and said, hey, we're full. We are going to be holding people in the ER. You need to come work in the ER to hold these patients. So I got down there at 12:30 and I did not stop moving until 6:45. It was time to clock out. Like, quite literally. And that was to sit down to give a report. And then I got up and had to finish some things before I could actually go home. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I hate holds. Anyway, I digress. So that was pretty much the most excitement of last week, or this week, was that. Mostly I've been stitching. I have not been able to get off my third shift hours this week. I don't know why. Don't know if the time change is getting me or what. I've been like napping a lot today and staying up really late at night. It is what it is. So, let's just jump into the stitching because you're not here about my sleep patterns or my work habits. So, first thing I worked on would be, I worked some more on my Prairie Moon. This is what it will look like when it's finished. By the way, guys, this is now out. If you don't know, Prairie Moon has opened up their website and they are selling all of their out-of-print patterns on their website. They're PDF only. They are about $30 at least a piece. Some of them are a little more. But that's better than the $150 you're going to be getting on, eBay for the hard print. My Facebook's going crazy. But I worked on this some more. I think I have a where I was part picture. I know I've got it in a video, so I'll at least hold that up. And then this is where I am currently. I messaged him and I'm like, okay, I can buy this one now. Do you want your, your hard copy back? And she's like, no, keep borrowing that one. I need to buy it. So this is where I am now. As you can see, I got a pretty good bit done. I finished out some kitty cats. I think these are kitty cats. I called them devils for the sake of the evil. I started on some pumpkins. This pumpkin, for whatever reason, I had to pick and unpick him twice. Or stitch and unpick him twice. I got the start of another little motif. And then one down here too. This is the border that's around the big witch. So I'm almost at the middle, kind of diagonally here. Again, this is stitched on hand dyed by Stephanie's 28 count hexing. It is part of a, come on, focus camera. How are you focusing on me instead of, there we go. It was a half yard, but I cut it down in half, so I still have half of this left. Who knows, now that they're available, I might do that. Mine is the trick of the tree. It's the second part of this piece. I also need to get red and the black too. Well, no, I have red and the black too. I need to get red and the black one is what I need to get. And then I took a break in that one at some point to quickly work on and start with Christine at Stitch All the Things. I keep wanting to call her by a different name. I don't know. Her channel by a different name. And I started this Stoney Creek Christmas Sentiments. It's hashtag SSC Christmas Sentiment Sal. Is the Sal that we're doing on Instagram. This started November the 1st. I did not start Heaven and Earth with everybody else. Oh, my husband and I did celebrate 19 years together. 19 years? 18 years together this November the 4th. This is my big, humongous start. I was really into Prairie Moon, so I started enough just to say I started a start and then put it down. It was about 106 stitches. See, I know how much on this one. My son, I think, is about to come in my room. Yes, dear.
No. I didn't know you were.
I'm right here. Love you. He didn't know where I was. Because we leave him home alone so often that he didn't know where I was. Couldn't get in there. And then the next thing I worked on, I went to work and I took Good Intentions with me, and I worked on this one for Sammy J for her sponsorship. I do not have a picture of what it will look like now. What it will look like when it's finished. I'll insert a picture. Guys, I went to town on this piece. I got in like, I think it was 6. I know I got her a double poultice off of this one, which is 600 stitches. And I got that because she's also working on this piece. So I got in 600 stitches on this piece. And this is where I was before, because I've done this video before. I wanted to show you that first. And this is where I am now. Guys, I love stitching on this piece. This I also used for my my biography piece for Magical Stitches, because the quote, which says, I am made up of flaws stitched together with good intentions, something to that effect. That is me. I have a whole bunch of flaws, but I try, so that counts for something, right? And then I used the Christmas one for a pop-up for Magical Stitches. This is in my momly bag. Prairie Moon, I think, was used for all of the Dumbledore's. I try to get all of Dumbledore's pieces in that one. Okay, the next thing I worked on is the reason that I postponed the video. So this is Silver Creek Samplers. They call it, what do they call this piece? Curly Locks. I've been calling it Curlin Girl. So this is what it will look like when it's finished. This is where I was before I started working on it. Some of you probably already know if you watch my Instagram or my Facebook feed. And here is where I am now. I am finished. This pattern is already spoken for. Apparently it's hard to come by. I was unaware of that when I got it. I just saw the quote and loved it. Somebody I've been cross-stitch friends with on Facebook for a while messaged me a long time ago and asked where I got it because she had been looking for it. And I told her I would send it to her when I was finished. And then she said, great. And then when I posted my finish, she was like, oh, where did you get this? I've been looking for this. I think she forgot that I told her I would send it to her. Because I was like, I'm supposed to be sending this one to you. And she's like, oh, okay, that's great. That works. But I finished this, guys. I'm so excited. I used this one for 2 prompts in Magical Stitches. One was the closest one to a finish. And then the other was something that was wild. And it said you could be creative. No, that was in Cheryl's group, Wild. And I used this one for that. For Magical Stitches, it was something you could hear. And I said that when I stitch this, I can still hear my mom saying this poem to me. Which what it says is, there once was a girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was horrid. My mom said it different to me. My mom said there once was a girl with a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. But when she was bad, she was horrid. So, I mean, the same principle, but just worded a little bit different. So, when I read the actual one, it takes me a second to not say it the way she said it. So, I used, for the sound, for being able to hear her say it still. Because I still say it her way. And then in Cheryl's group, I used it for being wild. Because she would usually say this to me when I was being wild and being crazy. So, I need to pull this out of this Momily bag so I can use this project for something else. Probably my Prairie Moon. And then the last thing that I stitched on is my very old sampler, because it has been a long time since I've stitched on this piece. Be careful with this magazine. This is what it looks like when it's finished. Is that focusing? I can't tell if it's focusing. There we go. This is in the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts March, April of '88. I was 4 years old. Exactly, because that's my birthday. April's my birthday month. And so this was started by Jennifer Upton. She made a group called the Dear Old Sampler. And in that group, there are some conversions because some of these threads are hard to come by because they're the old DMC variations and not all of them are readily available. I will also say that there's a really weird way that you're supposed to cut these. Make sure I'm not trying to pattern. Like, you're supposed to just put them around a yardstick and cut them in the middle, etc., etc. I didn't do all that. What you have to do is some of these things you have to take the variation and use the light to medium part only, and then cut it to where it's medium to light only. That way you don't get the light part in the. Does that make sense? That's as clear as mud. For example, on these birds, the top is the same color as the top. The head of the bird is the same as the body of the bird. But you use just the light to medium here and just the medium to dark there. I guess you could just go from the top to the bottom all the way through. I don't know. They said this is the way you're supposed to do it, so that's the way I'm doing it. However, I'm not cutting it like they said. I just kind of pull out the thread, look at the sections, and cut appropriately. I'm telling you all this because I'm going to show you first of all where I was before. And then this is where I am currently. Let me get still. Sorry. I've done this before. So I worked on this greenery here and started this greenery border there. Is what I've worked on. There's also the same green here, but you can't really, there it is, you can see it now. There's some green there. I'm stitching this, some of the colors I have, some of them are adapted. Wow, there's a really long Megan hair right there. And so I can't even really give you the conversion. I just have a bunch of different colors. They're all DMC variated. Lori Organic Granny. Come back to flosstube, Lori. Come back to flosstube. And Connie Gee Stitches, who makes flosstube. They both gave me some of their older variations of threads, so I was able to get most of the ones that were in there, but I still had to kind of finagle a little bit. Anyway, I say this because I have an extra copy to give away. I have my copy that I'm working on, which is over there, and then I have a copy to give away. So, if you are at all interested in doing this very old sampler, or if you've been interested in doing this very old sampler, sorry, my computer's beeping over there, Facebook Messenger, then just, I don't know, what can the word be? Tell me about something that you used as a kid or had as a kid, a toy, something that's vintage that you wish you could still get. Or maybe something that's vintage that they make now that's not the same as it used to be. How about that? That'll work. Something that's vintage, you know, something that you used back when. It could be 5 years ago if they don't make it anymore. You still wish they had it. Because some of these threads are vintage and you can't use them, so they have substitutions and it's not exactly the same. Or just talk about something old. It'll be fine. So, that is that piece. And that is it for my stitching. I have 0 haul. 0. Won't be the case next week probably, since I'm going to a place that has a cross stitch store. And there is the store in which we will, anyway, I can go into detail. We might or might not be going to a retreat. I can say that because I'm not telling who's going. Yeah. However, I am starting at some point because I won't be able to stitch them on the actual start date. I don't think. I might can sit down before work and put 1 stitch in each and say I started it. But I'm starting again for Connie Gee's birthday sales. The cross stitch Quaker that I'm stitching. I've gotten to do some unpicking because this is the actually I don't, because I'm just going to stitch it on the side. The cross stitch Quaker by Needleprint Designs. I linked to it below before and I'll link to it below again. And I'm stitching it in this turquoise and ecru, and I'll start that because Connie's birthday is Sunday. Feel free to start in on any of these sales with her. She has more information on her videos, and I'll of course link to her videos down below too. I have this in this neat little, I didn't show you, I forgot to show you this last week. This is my haul last week. I got this at Hobby Lobby, just a little plastic bag. It's got thimbles on it. It's got this really nice metal zipper finder. I figured when the bag breaks, because it probably will, I'll break off this finder and use it like a needle minder. And then the other new start that I will have is Little House in the Works. I always have to look and see if it's Country Cottage or Little House. Come on, camera, focus. You're so slow to focus today. There we go. Giving Thanks. I don't remember the hashtag for this sal. I'll put it below too. This is another one. She did 2 birthday sales. She did one that you had to pay for, that you had to buy the items for, and then she did a freebie chart as well. I think she just wanted an excuse to start 2 projects. But it says, I'm thankful for my daily bread and also for my cross-stitch thread. So you get this, you get the chart and the threads together. I'll show you the colors real quick. Really quick. We have Caterpillar by Classic Colorworks, or all Classic Colorworks. Hazelnut, Roasted Chestnut, Weeping Willow, and Red Currant. Oh, I love Red Currant. And these are all just the 5-yard skeins. So I'm hoping you only need 1 a piece. And I decided to stitch mine on 20 count Sand Ada by, I think it's Quaker. It's got a Z from, I got it from 123 Stitch. I'm pretty sure it's Quaker. I've never stitched on 20 count Ada, so I thought, hey, let's try it and see. Because I'm wanting to try 40 count linen. And I assumed that if I could see 20 count Ada, I could eventually see 40 count linen. Trying to get on up there, guys. My eyes are still somewhat young, even though I have to close one eye sometimes now to adjust the focus in my eyes. My eyes are like my camera. They're a little slow to focus sometimes. But when they're there, they're great. But that's really everything for this video. Like I said, I will not be doing a video next week. I may see if the people I'm with mind if I try to vlog. I'm not going to promise anything. I'm not going to pressure them. Maybe do a few little video inserts to put in my video the next time. I don't know. We'll see. But again, if you want to be entered in this giveaway for this magazine, there are some cute other designs in here too. Yeah, not that one. Oh, look at this little barbecue piggy. Little picnic designs. There's a, is this a polygon? I don't think it's a polygon. It looks kind of like a polygon. There's this little fence with flowers. There's some other cute little designs in here. Oh, Easter bunny holding an Easter egg. You could change the colors of the egg and it wouldn't be so 1988. That's a creepy doll face. What does that go to? There's definitely a creepy doll face in here. There's a pineapple welcome too. Sure you're stitching the right way. There's this thing about a sewing room. Threads of every color, many skeins of yarn, buttons to be sewn on, lots of socks to darn, memories we cherish, the wondrous magic old charm of Grandma's sewing basket while tucked beneath her arm. I don't know where that face goes to. That makes it even creepier. There's just a creepy doll face in here, and it doesn't show where it's supposed to go to. Oh, so the creepy doll face on these dolls are cross-stitched. So that's the random creepy doll face that's randomly in the magazine. I just didn't know where the face went. And there's this piece too. Best friends are people who like you just the way you are. I agree. Okay guys, so that's it for now. Like I said, if you want to be entered in this, just enter. Tell me a story about something that's vintage that you can't get anymore, or that they've changed and it's not the same. That should be interesting. As always guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos. Thank you for taking the time to comment. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I guess it's kind of late to welcome you to the channel, but you know, I'm always a little discombobulated. As always guys, take care and happy stitching.